The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror, ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. We're up. We're at it. We're doing our thing. It's Monday morning. Man, what a crazy weekend. We had a great weekend on crypto. Looks like the markets might be doing a little something, man. What a great weekend for cryptocurrency. And y'all got a lot of news to get into today. Gonna have some macro, micro stuff that we're going to get into today. Going to look at the overall markets from a cryptocurrency market perspective. Going to turn around, going to look at the cryptocurrency market in detail as well. And we are definitely up and at it on this Monday morning. Got a big week in the markets this week. Got CPI and PPI data coming out. CPI comes out tomorrow. PPI comes out on Wednesday. Got some news going on around Powell. Polygon is taking off. X is getting a big, huge upgrade as well. For crypto and integrating crypto into the X platform. Got news floating around here. But it's gonna be something something special this week, I think. So let's see. Yeah, I see Ripple got their license to do some banking in the UK, which is big for Ripple. That's huge for Ripple. They got a limited banking license out there, I believe. And, with that limited banking license, I mean, you got to start somewhere. It's not a full-fledged banking license, but it's a limited banking license. So they got to start somewhere, right? But yeah, limited banking license. We're starting to see some of this stuff come together, right? So I think we like what we're seeing over here in crypto. Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Selmo. How are you guys over there on YouTube, man? How are you guys doing? On your way in, go ahead and like this stream and share this thing out over there on TikTok. Go ahead and start smashing that like screen, y'all. Start tapping that button over there, so that we're up, we're at it. We're letting the algorithm, we're waking this algorithm up this morning. We're the first ones up in here, so this morning. So let's wake this algorithm up, baby. Let's get this thing moving. And Monday morning, cheers. Let's kick back. Let's have some coffee. Let's look at these markets, and let's see what is going on, y'all. The algorithm on these social media platforms are not really liking cryptocurrency content right now, but that's okay because we're still up and we're at it, man. We're doing our thing. We're going to look at the markets right now. We're going to look at the markets. So let's go ahead. Let's get in and see what the heck is going on over here in the markets. The Asian markets, they closed last night, all in green, did really, really well. European markets, oh, Ken, what are you doing over there, brother? European markets don't look like they're trading that well this morning. Looks like they do have a little bit of issues going on over there right now. A lot of red over there in the European markets. Come on, Ken, pump that bad boy up. Oh no, the American markets are all in red. The pre-markets, the Dow's in red, the S&P's in red, the Nasdaq's in red. Oh, no. Everybody's waiting for the CPI, PPI data to come out. And plus, we got Powell. We got issue going on with Powell right now, y'all. We got the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, is under investigation. The DOJ put him under investigation. You know, it's crazy. Excuse me, y'all. I still can't shake this cough. But y'all, they put him under investigation. They think that he's jacking the markets up, and doing it on purpose. So come on, man. Let the man finish his term. Just let him finish his term. Why do you got to rock the markets like this? Yeah, so Jerome Powell's under investigation by the DOJ. I mean, come on, he's got a couple months left. Like, what are we doing over here? Let's let these markets run a little bit. We have record S&P, record S&P, record Nasdaq profits right now. Cryptocurrency market was just starting to get his legs up underneath it, and then boom, here you go. The administration got to start acting up, right? And trying to sue people, but what are you going to do, right? So Jerome Powell's under investigation by the DOJ, for intentionally trying to tank the markets. This is ridiculousness. This is absolutely craziness. I mean, he's only got a couple months left. I mean, what's he going to do? He's got a couple. Why are we even doing this, right? Why are we even doing this investigation? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But that's why the markets are in red, because now they're uncertain. Now we're moving into uncertain territory, right? Now we're moving into a situation where the markets don't know what to do. Like, let's say Powell steps down. What do they get in return? You know what I mean? They know they're going to get somebody who's going to cut interest rates. They know that he's going to be replaced with somebody who's going to put in interest rate after interest rate cut. But putting in interest rate cuts when they're not warranted will increase inflation. So, damn, I can't shake this cough this morning. So this isn't good for the markets, and this is why they're in red. I expect them to trade down in red all day today, actually, because of this news. Unless something comes out and they go ahead and cut this investigation, I expect the markets to trade in red. You just can't go into uncertainty like that, right? You just can't go into uncertainty like that. It's just craziness. Nvidia is getting hit to 184, down about $4 from where we were. Where's gold? Let's see where gold is. Gold's up, silver's up, copper's up, all the precious metals are up. Everybody is leaving, and they're headed for safety. So they're going to gold, they're going to precious metals. So this is why you see the pump up, right? Oh boy, here we go. What's the bond market doing? Green, red. Bond market looks okay. People are definitely running for safety right now. Oil market's down a little bit, which we expect, especially with Venezuela, if they're talking about pumping a bunch more crude oil back into the system. We expect that to be down a little bit. So the actual stock market's not looking too hot this morning, baby. Not looking too hot. But when you put people under investigation like that, what do you expect? So, what do you expect? It's craziness, man. But as soon as we start to get some legs up underneath us, something like this happens, right? And so it's just par for the course anymore. Like, you just kind of come to expect it. You start to get a little bit of legs up underneath the cryptocurrency market. The cryptocurrency market starts to move a little bit, and then it just seems like there's some news that comes out that just they act like they just want to tank the market. It's craziness, man. Like this, it's borderline laughable anymore, right? It really, it really is. It's a shame, but it's borderline laughable anymore. Thank you for the hat over there, the heart me over there on TikTok. Conehead, what's going on, brother? What's going on, man? Yo, corny Conehead's got a project going on. Go ahead and check him out, man. They're holding. Pow wow. Yeah, Selmo, that's what I'm talking about, man. Pow wow. It's crazy, man. Like every single time we get some legs up underneath this cryptocurrency market, this administration does something stupid. Like wants to sue Powell. Like, I mean, just let the man finish. Just let the man finish. It's not the end of the world. Let's see, silver and gold, gonna pop. Yeah, silver and gold's gonna pop off of that news. But watch out for silver though, because silver's probably at some point gonna roll over here. Where is that? Where is silver at? I think, me personally, I think silver's probably gonna roll over, probably close to about $100. Let's see. That's the bond market, oil. Let's look at gold. Silver sitting right there at about $84. I think this thing's gonna roll over about $100. I mean, that's just a massive move to the upside for silver. So I think it's gonna roll over. But we'll see. Maybe it keeps maybe it keeps going. Ken says exciting times. Oh, exciting times ahead. I agree. I think the cryptocurrency market in general has amazing times ahead of it. But you got to get people to quit tanking the market, man. Part of the administration, they just keep tanking this market. Like it gets to be ridiculousness after a while, man. Every time we get a pump, it just seems like they just don't want it to pump. We got the Bitcoin. Let's get over here in the crypto. Got the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index right now sitting at 41. Hanging out neutral. I told you guys we got that car parked. The car's probably going to stay parked for a little bit. It's going to hang out in neutral. But remember, we came from extreme fear, which we put that car in reverse in extreme fear. Now we put it in neutral. Eventually, we're going to put this thing in drive, right? And we're going to start taking off. The altcoin season is at 31 out of 100. Not too bad. We're kind of hanging out here right now, in the 30s, which isn't terrible. I mean, you got to remember, like, everybody's got to put the thing into perspective. Like, just a month ago, we're sitting at like 12, so 12 to 16. So, I think we put this thing into perspective, and say that sitting at 30 is not a bad thing for right now, especially where the market is. Not a lot of liquidity in the market. We'll get to the market cap in a minute. Last few. Yeah, Ken, I agree, man. Like it is what it is, man. Like this thing's getting crazy, man. Got a market cap sitting at $3.9 trillion, $3.09 trillion right now. Definitely on a downhill. Total market cap's definitely on downhill. We'll look at the charts here in a minute. Losing liquidity right now out of the market. We had a great weekend, but seems like they want to start the weekend in some bull. Inflows and outflows of ETFs. We won't get into the market opens, but Friday had a terrible day, minus 343.8 million. Right there with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Terrible. That's terrible. NATO to Greenland is ramping up. Yeah, that whole Greenland situation, like I don't even know what to make about all that nonsense. But it's just getting craziness, man. Like You can't work with Greenland to come up with a solution to what's going on over there. Like we gotta go try to bully them guys and take their stuff. Like I don't know, like it just seems to be like an overreach to me. Greenland has Greenland has two. uh, you know, you Trump says a lot of stuff, man. Trump needs to chill, man. Like we got to chill with these investigations and all this stuff and taking land and all this. At some point, we gotta like, we gotta like chill. Uh, you like my house? You're coming to get it. Well, come on, man. That's not probably not gonna work out well for you. Probably not gonna work out for you. You know, because we why not Trump is doing it. I listen, man. It's just crazy, man. Like it's just crazy, man. Scottish, what's going on, man? Me and Scottish was messaging this weekend, killing them longs and shorts, man. What's going on, Scottish, man? Killing the game out there, Scottish. But we got the bit. Let's get back into what we got going on over here. Y'all sidetracked me and everything. We got the Bitcoin dominance sitting at 58.5%. Your altcoins ain't gonna run until this Bitcoin dominance gets down to about 55%. Bottom line, we'll get into total. We'll get into total three here in a minute. Got Ethereum dominance at 12.1%. It's just hanging on, and the rest of the altcoins sitting at 29.4%. And we got $668.7 billion worth of longs and shorts sitting in the market, which is not a terribly a lot of money. But we'll get into where the liquidation levels are here in a sec. Here a little bit later. But we got Bitcoin right now currently sitting at 90,600. $90,685. Ethereum sitting at $3,116. We got BNB sitting right around $899. Oh, BNB's trying to get so close back up to that $900 mark. Let's see if it can hold on. See if it can get up there. Solana sitting at 139. 139. I like Solana, man. We're gonna get into some Solana stuff, man. I like Solana. I'm telling you, Solana could be that dog. And we got XRP sitting holding on to $2, sitting at $2.04. I like where XRP is right now with their limited banking license that they got in the UK. Some other stuff that they got going on over there with partnerships and stuff like that. But here's the deal with XRP, and you guys know I say it all the time. The partnerships are one thing. We got to see it on a chart, right? We got to see it on a chart. Eventually, we're gonna have to see it on a chart, right? So definitely like where they are, like what they're doing, like the inflows and outflows of the ETFs. They seem to be rolling pretty solid, but we gotta see this thing on a chart, man. If you're gonna tell it, DG, you gotta tell it all. Always tell it all, man. Always tell it all, man. But I do like where XRP is right now, but I like the inflows and outflows of the ETFs, man. They need that bigger ETF though to send them over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like they need that BlackRock ETF to come out. I mean, they're messing around right now with some good, solid mid-grade ETFs. Yeah, but they need that ETF to send them over the top, man. Chili's went on a run over as we look at the crypto bubbles. Chili's been on a run. You got XRP. I got XPX. No, I don't have XPX. So I don't have XPX. But Chili's went on a little bit of run this weekend as they decided that they were going to upgrade their blockchain, do a little bit of upgrades to their blockchain. So Chili's, man, one that we haven't really talked about in a long time, man. But they went on a nice little run, and they've been pumping it up a little bit over there. Polygon, big, huge Polygon news. Polygon rolled out a upgrade to their blockchain that they've been talking about for at least 4 years now, and that's like bringing it. What it does is, I want to try to put it in as simple terms as I possibly can put it, but it actually makes Polygon a one-stop shop where you can get yield on your stable coins. Doesn't matter what chain it is. You can make transactions on Polygon. Doesn't matter what chain it is. Brings interoperability all right there onto the chain. And also just allows for this whole thing to happen without people having to switch networks and do all this stuff. So they're trying to bring simplicity back into the blockchain. So this upgrade is really big for Polygon, and Polygon's actually really been moving lately. We'll see how much upward movement Polygon has in it based on these upgrades, but they definitely have moved on. Junior says, Junior, brother, was just thinking about you. Yeah, where the hell? Where Junior's on? Junior's out over there on TikTok, just smashing it a little bit, man. Height Singer Junior's over there on TikTok, just doing his thing, brother. I've been seeing videos with him every day. So I don't know. I thought I posted a lot on TikTok. Junior might have me beat. He might have me beat over there. But yeah, so Polygon had a nice little run, man. Pumped out Fundstar tokens pumped a little bit over the weekend too. Be careful with this one because remember they're still in that lawsuit. They're still hanging out in that lawsuit, y'all. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, on the hourly, we look good. We look green. We look good. We look like we want to move up. Daily looks like absolute dog crap. XMR though, with Zcash, basically taking a crap dive. The developers leaving the project and everything else. XMR, Monero started to gain legs again. This is all of them older privacy tokens that everybody was talking about for a while. Monero, and now it's starting. People are starting to filter their money back into Monero. So like we say all the time, what's old, what once was old is now new again. CC blockchain Canton blockchain, big privacy blockchain. Like what they're doing over there. Little couple concerns with Canton is just their minting function, but they also has a burn function as well. So they kind of mint on demand. So we'll see how it works out. Like, I'm not fully invested in the CC yet. I'll trade it, but not fully invested into it just because of that minting function that they got going on over there. So we shall see. We shall see how that one rolls. Plus, they don't have payment settlement layer in there with them yet. It's more or less like they give you the directions on the road, but they don't necessarily settle the payment for you. So they always have to hook up with somebody else. So we'll see how CC does it over there. And but I do like what they're doing. I like the fact, but the thing with CC though too is that they're a privacy blockchain, so you never really know exactly how many transactions they're doing on a blockchain because a lot of it's done in private behind the scenes. Think of it like a big huge dark pool. So we'll see what's up with CC. Zcash is trying to make a comeback here, sitting up at 405. We'll see, man. When your dev team walks away, you got a problem, man. Like that's just problems. And to walk away at this time, when the market's getting ready to go at some point, like, I don't know. There's a lot of funny stuff going on over there. But I like where Polygon is right now. And I like where Solana is right now. We get into some of this news about X too, and X is doing something very interesting, but not innovative. And I'll tell you why it's not innovative in a minute. But X is going to start integrating cryptocurrency into their platform, so that when you start to tag, let's say money symbol XRP, like, and somebody clicks on that, they're going to be able to go right to the XRP chart and buy XRP. And they're going to have them tags, and so it's going to get interesting. They're talking about rolling out wallets and everything else on X. They're talking about when people hold spaces, being able to tip in them spaces, being able to tip the host, being able to tip the audience, all that stuff. So X is really starting to integrate a lot of cryptocurrency inside of their platform. They're trying to compete. The base app, and I'll tell you why it's not innovative, because the base app itself, has rolled this out as far as instant payments and stuff like that, like instant buys and stuff like that on their app. They rolled this out a little bit ago with their base app. Firecaster, a project that I talked about on here a couple times that I really like, a new social media platform, has done the exact same thing that X is trying to do. They've done this for a while now, and X is kind of taking what these two are doing and trying to and basically copying it, right? And when people start to copy things, it's usually because they're starting to lose ground, right? So, as big of a platform as X is, it'll probably end up trumping a lot of these other platforms just because of the pure, when it comes to that type of stuff, just because of the amount of people over there. But once you start chasing things like that, you're pretty much dead in the water. Solana, I believe, is going to be their first integration of this. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not convinced or sold on it yet. The X platform, I believe, has been hurting for a little while as far as user base. I think TikTok is probably starting to take over when it comes to content creation, news, things like that. And so that now they're chasing it. And usually when you're chasing things, it never wins. And I'll probably get a strike on my X platform since we're streaming over there because of that. But that's cool. I'll take the strike. I'll do what I got to do. It's not like a huge deal over there anyway. So, but yeah, definitely. I think TikTok is starting to take a lot of that ground away from X. So I spend more time on TikTok than I do on X. So, and they push a lot more crypto content over there. So definitely like that. So definitely not doing too bad. Pepe's kind of trying to perform this morning, but Pepe fell up underneath its moving averages. So not really good for Pepe, but I think Pepe and the OG memes will be just fine. I got a couple that we're looking at, gonna follow here and see how they perform. But yeah, let's look at some of these charts here. So you got total market cap right now sitting at $3.06 trillion right now. Here was that channel that we looked at, right? We looked at this channel that this total market cap was trading in. It was definitely on a downhill. If you look at the EMA ribbons, it was definitely on a downhill, starting to trade a little bit sideways now. But what happened here, right? What happened? What's up, Heat? What's up, Heat? What's going on? What happened was exactly what I told you guys to watch out for. Right, so it's trading sideways inside this box right here, right? So it came up outside of this box, came up outside of the sideways move in action right here, outside of this box. It tried to make a run, right? It tried to make a run right here, and it couldn't make this run. So this is the daily chart we're looking at. So the next daily candle came in, retested the top side of that sideways action for support. Try to use it for support and try to bounce to the upside. Couldn't do it, so it fell back down inside of that box, right back down into its moving average, sitting at about $3.6 trillion right now on a daily. So we're just chopping sideways right now, basically, is what we're doing. So everybody wants to know how their altcoins are doing. Well, your altcoins are going to perform how your total 2 or total 3, depending on which one you want to look at. There, one has Ethereum, one doesn't have Ethereum. So we'll look at the total. We'll look at the total 2, which does have Ethereum, because to me, Ethereum is an altcoin. Anything besides Bitcoin is an altcoin, right? Man, heat's in the building. So we'll look at the total 2 right now. You guys see this blue box right here is the channel that we've been following since 2023. Fell out of that, right? Fell out of that, and we've tried to test this thing and get back up inside. And every time we hit the bottom of that channel, we get knocked down. So your altcoins aren't bullish until you can get back up inside this channel, right? Let's just talk about it. Let's be honest about it. Your altcoins are not bullish until you can get back up inside this channel. It's just that's just the way it is. It's not me saying that, it's the chart saying that, right? So none of your altcoins are going to make a real big push to the upside until this happens, right? Until this particular thing happens, right? So here we are, and you see just 1, 2, 3 days ago, we tried to get back up inside of that channel, and we got knocked down again. It's right here. You hit it here. You tried to go up into. You tried to go up in it here. You got knocked back down, and you came back down to the backside, and you started moving right down into your moving averages, right? So now you're just chopping sideways. You're trying to figure it out, right? So the altcoins are just trying to figure it out. They're chopping sideways. Do we go up? Do we go down? What do we do? We're just going to trade sideways here for a little while. See if we can get some more momentum to try to go test that resistance level again up there at the backside of that, channel. But your altcoins will never be bullish until you can get back up inside of that channel. It's just, you're just going to chop sideways, right? That's all you're going to do for right now. And until that one particular thing happens, your altcoins are just, they are what they are. And then coming over here looking at Bitcoin, them were our liquidation levels from Friday, I believe. Yeah. So them were our levels right there. They didn't really smash too many liquidations over the weekend. So I expect some very, very volatile movement today. But here was your bull flag right here. Everything's going to run off of this bull flag, right? You see the bottom of this bull flag is really, really your support line, right? That's your hope, right? That's the hope, right? Sitting at 80, right around, let's call it 85, 84.7, 84, 85, split hairs, do what you guys want to do. But that's the hope, right? Like, you got to hold this line right here. Because if you don't hold that line, the cryptocurrency market is just, it's going down to 75,000, right? There's the bottom. That's your ultimate line of support. You can see it. It held up. It held up pretty strong right here. We're moving over here to where we are currently. You're just sitting in the moving averages, right? So here's the other big piece. Bitcoin is going to have a big, huge problem at 100K, because this channel that we're looking at is the same channel that's been there since 2023. Now we're in 2026. That's over 800 and something days. Well, about 750 days, let's call it, somewhere up in there, of support, which it acted as support for that long. Now it's going to act as resistance, right? So it's going to take a lot of steam. It's going to take a lot of steam. It's going to take a lot of good news. And it's going to take a lot of money to get Bitcoin over that 100K mark. Because if it gets there, and I do think, and I do think that Bitcoin will make a run back up to 100,000. Now, people are saying bear market, bull market, blah, blah, blah. Here's the bottom line. You're still in a bull market technically until you can get below right around that $73,000 mark, somewhere up in there, right? So technically you're still in a bull market, right? But will Bitcoin see a new all-time high? Well, you can't even have that discussion. You can't even have that discussion until it breaks 100K and gets back up inside of that box. I'm telling you right now, You've seen the total 2 try to get back up in there, and you've seen the total 2 get his head just absolutely smashed every time it tries to get up into that box. You've seen it get. I mean, we looked at the chart. You've seen that thing just get absolutely decimated, right? So Bitcoin's going to have the same problem, right? Trying to get back up into that 100K mark, running up against that resistance level that was once held on for support for 750 days, broke that support. Now it becomes resistance. It's going to have a hard time busting up through there. And you're going to have a lot of bulls that are going to try to push it up there and a lot of bears that are going to try to push it down. And I'll tell you, they're going to get exhausted. So we're going to have a problem. BTC over 100K Q2. So we'll see. It's gonna have an issue. It's gonna have an issue to get over 100K. And here's the thing: is like I'm coming at it from the perspective of BTC's all-time high is already set at 126, right? So now everything that we're getting out of this BTC market is just a bonus, right? So let's say BTC gets to 110, where it started to break down. At 110, I was on here and I said to you guys, hey, look, guys, you guys might want to start liquidating your some of your positions and start taking some money off the table, because it doesn't look like this structure is going to hold up. And everybody said that I was a nut job. I was crazy. The bull run's not over. How could we have a bull run and we didn't have a parabolic alt season and all this and that? That's just isn't how the structure goes. This isn't how the cycle goes. Oh my God, no, you can't say that. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I did. And guess what? I was right. Right around 110 is where everything started to break down. You started to see your candles start to have doji candles, which means that the bulls and the bears were kind of at each other and they were just level. They was just level. You had 2 months in a row it at. And once you seen that, you knew that the structure was going to break. And once that structure broke, it was a wrap. It was game, set, match, and we've been on the downhill slide ever since, right? And the one thing that you didn't want to see is this bear flag right here. And once that formed, you knew where you were at. You knew where you were at. You knew where you were going, and you know, it doesn't take a scientist to figure out what the hell was going to happen after that. So, you know, everybody will get into a whole bunch of technicals, but you know, that's the bottom and that's the long and the short of it right now. And you see Bitcoin right now is holding on to the support level right here at the top side of the sideways action, right? There's busted out of the box, retest, couldn't hold it, back down here into the moving averages, just kind of hanging out, sitting at $90,570 right now. But I'm telling you right now, if Bitcoin gets up to 100K, look for a lot of resistance up there. A lot of resistance. Justin, good morning. Just still, good morning. I believe that's how you say it. Heat's in the building. Heat's in the building. Heat's in the building. What's up, y'all? So let me just see what's going on over here. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's what the Bitcoin chart looks like today. I mean, we'll get into some liquidity levels here in a second, but good morning to everybody over there on TikTok. How are you guys, man? Keep smashing them like button, man. My man Hunsinger over there holding it down for me, man. Better known as AKA the Junior, holding it down for me over there. What is up? What is going on, y'all over there on TikTok? Doing your thing, man. Hitting that like buttons. Appreciate every single one of you guys. The same with X, the same with YouTube, guys. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Over there on TikTok, just keep smashing that screen, man. Appreciate all of you guys over there, just absolutely killing it for your boy in the morning. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. 100% here. So let's get into some of those liquidation levels. Let's look and see what the hell is going on with Bitcoin today, because Bitcoin drives the market, right? So, oh boy, short side. What do we got below us? We got at 89,600, right around that level right there. We're looking at about $205 million in liquidation sitting right up underneath us right there. So about 200, yeah, about call it 200 and a half, 200 and a half million sitting there. And then we got right below that, right above that, 89.7, call it 89.8, a couple of dollars at 89 off of 89.8. Let's call it 89.8. You're looking at another $153 million in liquidation sitting there. So your bottom side liquidation level right now is between 89.6 and 89.8. 89.6, 89.8. Shit ton of liquidations there up underneath us. On the top side of us, we're looking at 91.6, 91,600. You're only looking at about 109 million there. And right up underneath that, the second level is 91,400, and we're only looking at about 71.3 million there. So what does this tell us, right? What does these liquidation levels tell us? It tells us that there's a lot of money sitting below us and not as much money sitting above us, right? So when there's a lot of money to be liquidated below you, where do you think the market's going? You make your own decision about where the market makers are going to take this thing. I'm just DG. I'm just here to give you the information. But what I can tell you is that there's almost double the amount of liquidation sitting below you as there is above you, right? So just think about that. Just think. Use your crypto brain. Use your crypto brain. Let's go down here. Let's see where the Ethereum liquidation levels are and see if they are looking the same. Let's see if they're looking the same. Oh boy, they might be. They might be looking somewhat the same here. We got the Ethereum liquidation level sitting at $3,084. $386 million sitting there. And right the next level down from that, so you got 3,086 to 3,080. So you're looking at another 468 million sitting below you. Above you, you got $3,136 sitting at about 91.8 million. And the next level, the next biggest level there is $3,143 sitting right around 16.2 million. Again, so what does this tell us? This tells us that there's a crap ton of liquidation sitting right below Ethereum right now. And not so much on the top side, right? So again, put your crypto brain on. Where do you think that that's going? Where do you think that that's going? Let's take a look at XRP. Let's see where the liquidation levels are on XRP. Right below you, you're sitting right around 201, $2.01 right now, sitting at about 31.9 million right there. The second level to that is right here, right around 202. You're looking at about $18.9 million sitting right there below you. Above you, we're looking $2.11, $2.11 right there. So there's a bunch up there at $2.11, and but right below that, you're kind of looking right around $2.08. So between $2.11, $2.08 to the top side. But again, there's much more on the bottom side than there is on the top side. Glenn, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's good, man? What's good? What's good, Glenn? So yeah, so XRP's got more liquidations to the bottom side than the top side. So, you know, like I said, use your own judgment. Use your own judgment. You don't need me to tell you. Put your crypto brain on. Put your crypto brain on. Solana, same thing. Bottom side, right here, 138.9. Whoops, my bad. Let me get that over there, right? Yeah, 138.7. You're looking at about right around 47.7 million right there. So from there to the second level right here is about 136.5. You're looking at about 188 million there below you. Above you, we're looking kind of 145, right around 145 there. So 145 to right about 143. So, and there's not that many there. So there's much more below you than there is above you. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? And then we come over here and we'll look at the bubbles real quick and the hours in red. So the liquidations, the market makers are on the hunt, baby. The market makers are on the hunt, baby. They on the hunt. They on the hunt to suck that liquidity, man. So, but if you know where the liquidation levels are, you can make some money. So put your crypto brains on. Put your crypto brains on, baby. The days in red, the hours in red, they're pushing the market to the downside. And that's the reason why they're pushing the market to the downside, because there's a lot more liquidity sitting down there below you than there is above you. So they got to go grab it, baby. They got to go grab it. So, you know, it's going to be one of them days where we might see a quick liquidity grab and a quick run up, or we might see a run down to the downside, you know, just to go grab all of the liquidity. But so there's a Bitcoin chart. Let's take a look and see what XRP's got going on over here on their chart. Charts always do this crap. Let's open this bad boy up. For some reason, my trading view charts have been doing this a little bit. I think it's because I drill so far into them. At XRP sitting at 204 right now, right in the middle of that liquidity. Here it's on the daily. You can see I think we can all agree that that's a downward channel right there on the daily. When we come over here, let's have a look and see what we got. What else we got going on over here? My bad. Right there we go. So right here looks like it's definitely overbought right now. Getting ready, it's definitely overbought on a wave indicator, and on the oscillator, it's definitely getting to that overbought territory. So, and, you know, again, they're on that liquidity hunt right now. So yeah, XRP looks like it might have a little bit of pullback in it. Chainlink, same thing here, sitting here with Linky Link, the sneaky link, Linky Link, baby. Everyone have a good one, Junior. Be safe, brother. Be safe, brother. Oh, man, Junior. Yo, man, if you guys ain't over there on TikTok following Huntsinger, follow that man. Follow that man. So, where we at here? Chainlink, the sneaky link doing this thing too. Just sitting in the EMA ribbon right now. just sitting there trying to figure out which direction it wants to go. Looks like it's about to be overbought right now. Overbought right now. So we'll see. We'll see where the sneaky link's going. Jasmine's been on a nice little run lately though. Yo, Jasmine, man, just started to absolutely come alive. You know what the hell happened over there at Jasmine, but you see the EMA ribbons are starting to go to the upside on Jasmine. Money flow looks good on Jasmine. Volume looks good. Money flow looks good. Everything looks good for Jasmine. Just waking up, man. Getting ready to be in the bought territory up here. Not quite there yet, but looks like they're getting ready to get there. But yo, Jasmine looks solid right now. Project we haven't talked about. We used to talk about it all the time. But yo, it woke up from the dead, man. That thing looks really, really good right now. Ondo, we'll get to Ondo. We'll bring back Ondo here in a minute. AVAX, you guys know I'm a huge AVAX supporter, man. Love what AVAX got going on over there, man. AVAX, I think, is just a sleeping giant sitting here, man. Just an absolute sleeping giant sitting here. Same situation, though. Just trading sideways in its EMA, sitting at $13.64. Again, getting up into that overbought territory. The wave indicator says it's already overbought. I like double confirmation here. Always like double confirmation. So yeah, but it's definitely getting up there a little bit, and just trading sideways. So yeah, AVAX looking good. Hype project we talk about from time to time here. Like what it's doing, like the volume over there on Hype. It's below the EMAs right now. Not good for Hype. And it's getting ready to get into the overbought territory. Not good for Hype though. You start falling below the EMA ribbons, and I tell you, like if you're a trader, all these people got fancy indicators, and we like them. We like our indicators, but literally, if you were just to follow the ribbons, the EMA ribbons, every time they start to flip, and just follow them to which way they're flipping, you can trade that. If you would have just shorted that right there and just kept riding it down, you would have been fine. It's going to come up. It's going to test the EMA ribbons right there. It's just going to keep bouncing off and bouncing off and bouncing off. And then once it goes, once it breaks to the top side, you just, you close your trade down. One of the easiest ways to trade, right? Same down here. They crossed over. You seen it on the top side. You take a long here. You just keep riding it up, riding it up, riding it up, riding it up. Comes out of the bottom. You close it out. Yeah, you would have lost. You would have missed out on a little bit of money right here. But is it really the end of the world? Probably not, right? And you see the little flip right here. You could have got back in for this short to the upside here. You see the flip here. You could have came down here to the downside. So yeah, I mean, one of the easiest ways to trade. EMA ribbons will tell you a lot. They'll tell you a lot about what your crypto's doing. Again, you look at Zcash, right? We bring in Zcash here. We know Zcash got a lot of problems, man. A lot of problems going on with it right now. But again, sitting at 404 and a half right now. Right here, it called this right here. You could have rolled this up on the long right here. Could have rolled this thing up. Waited for them things to flip, got out of that. I hate this trade sideways action. I hate to trade sideways action, guys. But again, it started to flip here, and you start to see it come to the downside, and boom. So you could trade that all by itself. If you weren't an experienced trader and you just wanted to follow the EMA ribbons, you would win more times than you would lose. Not to say you wouldn't lose, because we all lose, but you would win. XLM, where's XLM sitting right now? Sitting at 21 cents, looking decent, right? I'd like to see this thing right about 25 cents, but you look at that, it's just in a falling channel right now. That thing's just falling. right? It's just in this falling. You can't be bullish until you get out of these falling channels, right? You're on a downside. You're on the underside of that EMA ribbon. You're falling down. You can't be bullish until you break to the top side and start to gain that support up there, right? You can't be bullish until that happens, man. Speaking of Polygon, I gotta take a look at Polygon because, like I told you guys, Polygon rolled out that upgrade to their blockchain. They're doing the rollout is absolutely nice. You know what they're trying to do is nice. Now it's a matter of will it catch on and will people use it, right? The rollout, the best technology in the world, doesn't matter. Will people use it? And if they don't use it, it's worthless. Any blockchain. But you see Polygon again with the EMA ribbons are starting to point to the upside. You look at it being extremely overbought here. Like this is danger zone for overbought up here. But again, it went on this massive run over the weekend, right? Sitting at 15 cents right now. Went on a nasty run over the weekend, baby. Look at that. Look at them green candles, baby. Look at them green candles. Polygon was minting, baby. It was minting. So yeah, like I said, you know, but still 2 days. We're on a daily chart now, so 2 days down. You know, Sunday here, working on Monday here. So we'll see what's going on. Sitting at 15 cents. Looks like the EMAs are starting to point up though, but right here you can see it. It's getting ready. It's getting ready to come down a little bit. It's getting ready to roll over, baby. It's getting ready to roll over for a minute, but you can't run that hot, not roll over. Can't run that hot, not roll over, baby. Come on. Gotta be some leveling out there. And you guys know how I feel. When you go on a run like this, usually you come down about halfway and you start to fill in. So Polygon, you know, it's at that point right now, right around 15 cents. So I'd say between 15 and 13 cents, it's probably going to start to fill in that gap right there before it can make that move to the upside again. So kind of let it do its thing today, fill in that gap, and try to hit that thing on the upside. Pax G, what's gold doing right now, baby? What's gold doing right now? If you want to trade gold and you want to do it through crypto, Tether, Pax G, these tokens are pegged to gold. You don't have to go over there and buy gold. These things are pegged to gold. $4,593 right now. Looks like it's starting to come down a little bit. Let's see if we can get to that. See if we can get this thing back on the upside. Looks like it wants to come back down. I think it's going to come back down here and test these moving averages and then move to the upside. Especially with Powell being under investigation, people are going to start running for safety like crazy, baby. That just breeds uncertainty into this market. It just breeds uncertainty into this market. So into all markets, not just crypto markets, but all markets, the stock market, the commodities market, everything, man. It just breeds uncertainty. It's just crazy. But you know, we got Bitcoin trying to make a little run this morning, up 0.1%. We'll see what happens. Up $200 since we started rolling this morning, but the market's still in red on the hour. Watch out for Aptos too, guys. Project I've been doing some research on. 2 projects I believe are gonna make a nice move. And they're quietly gonna make a move. I don't want to say quietly because they're still in the top, 50 to 100 tokens. So I mean they're up there already. But Aptos and Sui, I think, are gonna make good moves this run. Aptos is doing a lot with real world tokenized assets. And if you believe that real world tokenized assets are going to be the thing for 2026, like I do, you got to kind of find these projects and these blockchains that are really capitalizing off of that. And Aptos is one of them. I just think that Sui is going to benefit a little bit from a market reversal and some meme coin volume over there. So we'll see what happens. But all right, guys, with that, we're up out of here for the day. Appreciate you guys Appreciate you guys. My throat hung in there for the most part, so that's a good thing. Throat kind of hung in there for the most part for about an hour. So getting better. We're on the mend. We're getting better, but it's just this lingering throat issue. Just can't shake this thing. But it seems to be the common thing going around right now, where you can get over that sickness, you just can't escape that cough. but yo, we hung in there for the most part. But yo, we're doing pretty good. So the thought of the day is, what I leave you guys with on a Monday morning is, understand that there's a lot of liquidity underneath you, right? There's a lot of liquidity sitting underneath you right now. So if the market makers really want to go to work today and they want to start draining some of this liquidity out of the market, they're going to start to push the market down, because there's so much liquidity there in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, all of the big liquidity sitting below you and not above you. What you would love to see is that 50-50 balance, but that's not the case going into today. That market right there is something that you got to really pay attention to. If there's a liquidity snatch today, it's not going to be to the top side, it's going to be to the bottom side. So pay attention to that. So if you're a trader, understand that is the risk, right? That not even a risk. You just got to know where the liquidity zones are and you can trade it. If you're a hodler and you're just holding on to crypto and you're looking for good places to DCA, just know that liquidity sitting below you, so that price may drop a little bit today. So you may get a little bit of better entry later on today than you do right now. But again, that's a risk, because you turn around and the stock market opens, the ETFs go crazy, Bitcoin starts pumping, Ethereum starts pumping, Solana starts pumping, XRP starts pumping, because everybody's funneling money into these ETFs, which I don't think is going to happen today, but hell, this is crypto and anything can happen at any given moment and any time. So the only thing we do here is we play the laws of probability, right? So the laws of probability right now today is telling me that there's a lot of liquidity underneath you. So we're probably going to come down before we go up. That's all I can say, right? And with Powell being investigated, it doesn't look good for the markets. So, take that. Think about that as you start to figure out what you want to do for today. And with that, guys, we are up out of here for today. What did you say? Anything can happen. Yeah, you're right. Anything can happen. This is crypto, man. And it can change at a drop of a dime. They can come out and say, oh no, all of the investigations that we had against Powell, we're gonna allow them to go away. We're not gonna pursue them. And the next thing you know, the market does a whole turnaround, right? Or Powell can come out and say, you know what, I'm not dealing with this for the last couple of months of my term. You guys can have the chair. I'm going to stay on as the a representative, because his term's not up there, and I'm just not dealing with this nonsense. And you can see the market just go boom. Or you could have him say nothing, and everybody can just speculate, and then the markets will kind of go where the markets go, right? So, it's going to get crazy a little bit. And you got CPI and PPI coming out. CPI coming out tomorrow. PPI coming out on Wednesday. That's going to be big news. That's going to drive the markets this week as well. And right now you have 0 rate cuts basically for January, right? So all the poly markets, everything, and all the speculation is no rate cut in January. We're going to stay pat. We're going to stay the course. And believe it or not, the numbers support that, right? And then you got, Trump coming out here and he wants to cap credit card payments, which I agree, credit card interest rates, which I agree 100% with. These guys, these banks are absolutely robbing you. They're taking your money. They're taking your money. Thank you for the heart me over there on TikTok. They're taking your money. They're making massive profits, and they're just jacking these interest rates on these credit cards up to 20-30%. In times where people really just don't need that. So a cap on that interest rate is probably a good thing. So on one hand, Trump is just going crazy and the administration is going crazy with these investigations. On the other hand, I mean, they're trying to get these things under control. So we got this balancing act, this crazy balancing act with the good. And, so listen, just that all that being said, that we're just all over the place. There's just no stability. So in these markets where there's no stability and there's really no clear direction, you have to just play the market for what it is on a day-to-day basis, right? So right now, liquidity underneath you more than on top of you. Understand that and play the markets for what they are. I expect a little bit of a push down before we get a push up. So with that, guys, we're up out of here for today. You guys have a great day. Thank God it's Monday. Let's go. Let's get some stuff done. Your boy got to go get some payroll done. Your boys got to go get some work done. Got to go hit that 9 to 5. Got to go make that money, y'all. We up out of here. Be safe. Be smart. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.